All right, guys, how's everybody doing? Welcome to our weekly Team Perseverance team call. It is August 8th. It's a great day here today in the summer as we're in the month of August. We just came off a great Super Saturday, Super Sunday, Super Friday. I know some people had their events on Friday. Here locally, we had over 300 people yesterday at our event. Tanya was absolutely awesome. She got me to do Country Heat. I was a fumbling idiot all over the place, but the music was fun. So I'll at least give everybody that. And it was just a great event. Tanya was funny. She made us laugh. Great training on challenge groups. And I just love hearing from people that they're just moved by the events and what it does. So here we are. And I know many of you were on events all over the country, which is just absolutely awesome. So for any new coaches on the call, my name is Dave Atkins. I'm the founding coach of Team Perseverance and one of your upline Star Diamond coaches. And we get together every week at 8:30 p.m. We've been doing these calls since early 2013. You know, it's over 3 years consistently of doing the calls every single month. I'm sorry, I'm watching my dog scrape at something. Hey, what are you doing? All right, he's getting a ball. All right, you got the ball? All right, he's scraping near the corner of the wall. I didn't want that. We've been doing these calls for over 3 years now. It's a time to come together to have, go over announcements, what's going on with the team, the pulse of what's going on with the team, and some awesome training. Tonight, I'm excited to have one of our newer Diamond coaches, not brand new, but one of our newer Diamond coaches from April, Laura Schiller, come on the call. She's been absolutely crushing her business. And I always say success leaves clues. And she's been on the leaderboards. Her name comes up. So I'm super excited to have Laura on the call tonight. So guys, a couple of announcements going for the team. Number one is the Team Cup is going on. So for those of you that have a Team Cup team for the month of August, the good thing is, which kind of goes into another announcement, like every challenge pack is on sale this month. And they announced at the Super Saturday events, they're going to be on sale for the next 3 months. So basically, they're all $20 cheaper. So guys, it's all about providing value. I mean, if you really think about the challenge pack, they get the program and Shakeology and $2 shipping and 30 days free of Beachbody on demand with over $2,100 worth of programs, and you as their coach in the challenge group for like $140 or $160. Honestly, my posture when I talk to people, it's a freaking steal. Like a meal a day for 30 days and all these programs and everything you get. And you really have to really think about that and not be concerned that you think it's expensive, because when you think that, that's what you portray to your people through your body language and probably through the way you write. So that's when it comes to handling price objections, remember your posture is so important. And the fact that all the challenge packs are on sale even more, like that's pretty good stuff. So the Team Cup's going on. Make sure you're plugging in with your Team Cup teams. You're holding each other accountable. There's some great prizes going on with that. The release of Country Heat is out. I highly encourage everybody get it. And this is the thing. Is it going to be my favorite workout? No. Am I a guy that rather be pumping Body Beast than I just kind of really started 100% today? Yeah. But I want to be able to at least do it a couple of times, and I'll probably do it with Kristen just to give it a try. Why? Simply so I can share it and be able to share even little nuggets, maybe about the music or what it is, so I can plug people in that maybe like that to Country Heat. And I think the fact that Country Heat is not a high-intensity level workout, however, Tanya proved to us that your legs and quads could be burning by the time you were done. That was fact yesterday. But it's a way for people that don't want to work out, that hate fitness, for them to make it fun. Fitness becoming fun is a solution in my book. So Country Heat's out. I highly encourage, if you're a coach, you should be getting Country Heat simply so that you can share it and know what it's about. Next, guys, to go over the health bet. And I want to share this picture on my screen because I want everybody to understand exactly what this is, because it's a lot of confusion with it. So let me share my screen, and I'm going to explain what the health bet is. And this is from the PowerPoint this weekend. They are in the month August, let me just read this again. So I want to get right. Okay. In the month of September 5th through October 2nd, if you log at least 3 workouts and 5 Shakeologies per week in the Beachbody Challenge Tracker app, which means you as a coach, either your coach has to set up a challenge group in September that is using the app, and I know I did it for the first time last month or 2 months ago, or you, if you are a diamond or somebody that captains a group, the way we run our challenge groups, if you run your challenge group through the app and your challengers and your coaches that are on the app with you in your group log at least 3 workouts a week and 5 shakes a week, at the end of that month through October 2nd, anybody that meets those qualifications will get a check for the million, not for $1 million, but they are starting with $1 million, and they will divide that by the amount of people that qualify. So if nobody qualifies, you will get a check for $1 million. But the thing is that you can have part of that pool. You can get a check to have part of that money by simply logging in at least 3 workouts and 5 shakes a week, and they're going to divide up people that do that the $1 million. However, if you look at the first bullet point, for every challenge pack that is sold this month, $5 more will go to that pool of $1 million. Okay? And if you look at the little fine print on the bottom, the pool cannot go over $3 million. But for every challenge pack sold this month, the pool will be increased by $5. And then whoever logs in at least 3 workouts a week and 5 shakes a week in the month of September 5th through October 2nd, you will, in fact, get part of that pool. So basically, you log it in, you're going to get some money. So that's what that is. Is there any questions on that? Because once you really explain, it's not confusing, but there's a lot of little nuggets. If there is, just like unmute your line while I look down for the next announcement. But I think it kind of makes sense. Anybody? No. All right, so guys, Team Cup, Country Heat, Health Bet, all challenge packs are on sale for 3 months. And the last announcement I want to go into is recognition for our team on weak leg team volume. And I'm also going to go in, I'm going to be posting shortly the leadership ladder people for last month. And I'll give them to you now. So I first want to call these names out. This photo has not been posted. But these are our business starters on the leadership ladder from last month for the month of July. Kelly Della Vecchia, Tyann Sanchez, Megan Bissett, Sarah Bailey, Jamie Stevenson, Joan Caruza, Laura Payne, Alicia Waters, Janine Gershenhoff, Kristen Odell, Liz Mullenbrook, Kristen Smalls, Maria Peterson, Anne-Marie Pector, Crystal Farilio, Rachel Rote, Crystal Robinson, Gina Strecco, Michelle Scarf, Cara Fula, Lindsay Kaufman, Jenna Mastriani. Oh, man, I'm butchering names. Sana Hemingway, Heather Potter, Greg Armstrong, Shannon Pinnell are our business starters. Our team builders, Melanie Yoakum, Jen Holdman, Margaret Michelle, Darlene Champ, Laura Schiller, Success Leaves Clues, Shannon Larice, Jessica Armstrong. Team leaders, Kristen Atkins, Shanna Carlucci, Sharice Nolson, and organization leader, myself this month. So guys, congratulations for those of you that have met the leadership ladder. If you want to know how you meet a rung on the ladder, back office, right in the center, guys, the leadership ladder tab's right in the middle. Click on that, and it literally breaks down where you need to hit certain levels so you can get to the next rung. Now let me just go into the recognition for weak leg team volume for last week. So let me just pull that up, guys. We have, for the week of July 28th to August 3rd, weak leg team volume in the 300 club. We have Angela McLaughlin, Maria Peterson, Laura Schiller, Jessica Armstrong, Mary Pasilia, Teresa May, Christiana Carino, Cindy Kerwin, Kristen Odell, Robin Reed, Erin Darmody, Elizabeth Mangione, Rachel Rote in the 300 club. In the 500 club, Kristen Atkins, second CVC, Denise Brobson, Devin Wheaton, Lindsay Kaufman, Tony Carlucci, Mike Della Sala, Danielle Zito, Michelle Fry. In the 1,000 Club, Lindsay Medvin, Mike Holdman, Shannon Larice, Kelly Della Vecchia, Jay Forteal. In the 2,000 Club, my second CBC, Liz Mullenbrook, Michelle Della Sala, Tara Richmond, Jeff Nolson. In the 3,000 Club, Shanna Carlucci, Stacy Larice, Sharice Nolson, and Jen Holman. And in the 10,000 Club, my first CBC and Kristen's first CBC. So, guys, congratulations for everybody on the weak leg team volume and the leadership ladder rung. So, guys, without further ado, before I get right into Laura, is there anybody that has any general questions on anything? Just unmute your line. Anybody? Anybody? Nobody? Any questions? Okay, guys, so what I'd like to do is I'd like to introduce our speaker tonight, one of our diamonds on Team Perseverance as a whole, and it's Laura Schiller. And I'm not going to really give about her story, but she is a busy mom, an attorney. I'm going to let you hear from her, but she became a diamond on April 7th. She's been in Success Club for the last 18 months, which means she's a Success Club all-star, right? She's been Success Club 10 for the last 5 months, and she became a coach 2 years ago, but was a discount coach for about a year, which is very common. So many times people start as discount coaches, but I love that she's at Diamond building a business because she's keeping it simple and hitting Success Club. So without further ado, Laura, unmute your line because I got to find you, and the floor is yours.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Does everyone hear me? Do you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Go ahead.
So I am going to introduce myself, but first I'm going to warn you. I gave this speech to my husband last night, and he fell asleep. And then I gave this speech to my son this afternoon, and he fell asleep. So hopefully none of you fall asleep during this speech. But as Dave said, I am a mom of 3. I have a 4-year-old and 2.5-year-old twins. And I am also a trust and estates attorney. I work part-time, and I love my attorney job. And obviously I'm a Beachbody Coach, which is why I'm on this call. And I just want to tell you a little bit about my backstory and then explain how I got into Beachbody and explain how basically I did everything wrong with Beachbody and I had to learn from my mistakes, and I did for the most part. And hopefully you can learn from my mistakes as well. And then I will just end with a couple of tips that have been working very well for me lately. So my backstory, I'm going all the way back. I was born in 1982, and I was born with a bad heart, and they didn't know how bad my heart condition was. And I was just always under close watch with the cardiologist. The technology obviously wasn't as good in 82 as it is now. And so I was always under close watch by a cardiologist, but he did always say that I could try to do what a normal healthy person would do. So I come from very active family. My grandma did aerobics until she was 91. My mom works out 4 or 5 times a week, and my dad works out, my sister works out. So my parents wanted me to be active. So I've been active my whole life. And starting about when I was 4, they tried to get me active. So they first tried dance because my sister was a dancer. And I am a spaz and have 2 left feet. So for the recitals, they put me behind the curtains so that I wouldn't trip on anyone and nobody could see me. And then I tried soccer and I ran away from the ball. But then I finally found tennis, and I wasn't good at it, but I wasn't horrible. So I became a tennis player. At about age 5, I played for a long time. And then at age 12, I went to my cardiologist appointment, and they told me that I was fine and go home and they'll see me in a couple of years. And then a long story, but the next day they called me and told me I need open heart surgery as soon as possible. So I had open heart surgery a month later, and I asked my cardiologist how this would affect my life. And I loved her answer. Her answer was like, it would only affect your life as much as you let it. You'll be a totally healthy person after you recover from the surgery. And I told my parents, I was like, I'm just going to do everything and pretend that like I never had this open heart surgery. And I really stayed true to my word. 6 weeks after my surgery, I was back on the tennis court. I played high school tennis. I played college tennis. I had the dumb idea in law school to run a marathon, but I ran the marathon and completed it, and barely completed it, but not because of my heart, just because I didn't train that well. And then I became a gym rat. I used to go to the gym for 2 hours at a time. And I am a spaz, so I don't even know what I was doing there, but I tried to work those machines and didn't know what I was doing. And then I was always fit. I was always in shape. I was always at the gym. And then I got married in 2008. And then in 2010, my husband and I decided we wanted to start a family. And so we had trouble. We had an early miscarriage, and then it was taking longer than I wanted. I mean, I wanted a baby like then. I didn't even want to wait the 9 months of being pregnant, but it was taking longer than it should. So I went to the fertility doctor, and apparently I have every single fertility problem that could possibly happen for like a female could have. I have it. And my husband has every single male fertility problem that could happen. So they told us that we have a very small chance of having children naturally and that we need fertility help, which was fine. But in my mind, and I had no research on this, it's probably not true, but in my mind, I thought that my working out affected my fertility, and there's nothing out there that says that. But I just decided that I wasn't going to work out anymore. So I just completely cut out working out, and I did the fertility treatments. And for anyone who's on fertility treatment, you know that it makes you gain weight. And at that time I wasn't working out. And every time I had a negative, my friends would all bring over a bottle of wine, and I'd drink all the wine by myself and have chocolate chip cookies. So I wasn't working out. I was on fertility treatments, and I was drinking wine and having cookies. So of course I gained a lot of weight. And by the time I got pregnant with my son, after a year and a half of doing this, I was 25 pounds heavier than I am now, and 25 pounds heavier than I've ever been. And then I had my son, and after my son, I had postpartum anxiety. And all I thought about was, I'm very close with my sister. So all I kept thinking about was how I really wanted Brody to have the special bond of having a sibling. And I thought I could never get pregnant again. I didn't want to go through the 2 years of trying again. So I was very stressed about it, which I shouldn't have been. But I decided after a year, when Brody was a year, I'll start trying again. So another irrational thought, I thought I shouldn't get skinny to get fat. So I just didn't care about my weight. I just kept it as it was because I figured I was going to get pregnant soon or start trying again soon and get fat anyway. So I was very fortunate. I got pregnant with the twins, the first fertility treatment round. And anyone who has had twins or knows someone who has twins, you know you get huge with twins. It's not a surprise. I also was on bed rest for 23 of the 34 weeks with my twins. So I wasn't working out. I wasn't allowed to work out. I wasn't even allowed to get out of my bed. And I really craved donuts with my twins. So and not like 1 or 2 donuts, like I needed 6 donuts a night when I was pregnant with the twins. So needless to say, I gained a lot of weight with the twins. And the first 6 months of their life was kind of a whirlwind. And I didn't really care too much about losing the weight. My weight was the last thing on my mind with 3 young kids under 2. And then it was 6 months, and I was at my friend's house. And she has a son that's just a little bit older than my twins. And I asked her, I'm like, what are you doing? She's an attorney too. I'm like, she's in such good shape, and she was in such good shape 2 years ago. And I'm like, what are you doing? And she's like, oh, T25 and Shakeology. And I guess I didn't have any Beachbody coaches as friends on Facebook, and I don't watch infomercials, so I had no idea what either of those were. But I said, sign me up as soon as possible, whatever it is. I don't care. Just send me the link. I'll buy it tonight. So she sent me the link, and it was before T25 was on sale, and it was $205. I'm like, what am I spending $205 on? They're like, okay, Laura, you need to do it. So I spent $205 on T25 and Shakeology. I'm like, this better be good. And I am also a super picky eater. Like, nobody likes to invite me to their house because I won't like your cooking, and nobody likes to go to restaurants with me because I won't eat my meal. So I got half vanilla and half chocolate, and my package finally came. I was so excited to try it because I'm a picky eater. I've been anemic and protein deficiency, so my doctor always keeps telling me to try, a shake that will have protein in it. So I was so excited to get the Shakeology, and I got the vanilla, and I tried it, and I literally almost vomited because I think it tastes so horrible. It's the worst tasting thing. I know, I'm sure, 20% of you eat and drink vanilla, but it's so bad. I was like, great, now I just spent $205 on crap. So the next day, fortunately, though, I tried chocolate. And I actually really like chocolate, and I've been drinking chocolate every day, well, most of the days for 2 years. And I just loved how it tasted. It's so good for me that I'm getting proteins. I don't like meats, and I don't like that fake meat, the veggie meat, tofu and stuff like that. So it's really good for me. My anemia has been better since starting Shakeology. So that was great. And then it was time to start T25, and my challenge group started, and I hadn't worked out in 5 years at that time. And so I honestly, when I finished, I thought I finished the marathon. Like, it was the exact same feeling. I was dying on the floor. I couldn't even get up to take my selfie because I was in so much pain. But I loved it, and I loved T25. I loved the challenge groups. I love Shakeology. It was a no-brainer for me to become a discount coach. I told my coach I will never work the business. She said that's no problem at all. And then I lost all the way to got back to my pre-fertility weight with T25 and Shakeology, and I just loved it. And people around town were starting to see what my transformation. So they were asking what I was doing, and I didn't even know that Beachbody offered anything besides T25 and Shakeology. So I just, told them how to buy T25 or Shakeology, and here and there friends were buying it, and I actually really enjoyed their transformations as well and helping them. I wouldn't say I really helped them, but I didn't know what to do really as a coach, but I was trying. And then January 2015 happened, and it was the first month I hit Success Club, and I've been in all these groups, but I wasn't really paying attention to the groups, so I didn't even know what Success Club meant. But what I did know is that I was getting my checks in the mail. I didn't even know to do the direct deposit, even though those are in the groups as well. So I was getting my checks in the mail, and I got a $32 check, and my husband's like, wahoo, we're rich, you got your Beachbody check. And then the next week I got a $32 check, and my husband's like, wahoo, we're rich again. And then I got another 32. So he was making fun of me. We're always sarcastic with each other. And I turned to him and I was like, you know what? I was like, those 3 checks together is exactly what Shakeology cost. I got Shakeology for free. I'm like, that's pretty amazing. And he's like, actually, that is pretty amazing. So I made it a goal that I wanted to get Shakeology free every single month. And that coincides with Success Club. So I didn't really know how to, what I was going to do to hit Success Club, but I just knew in my head, I was like, okay, I'll just do Success Club and, get my free Shakeology. So I tried to do it every month. I did it every month in 2015, but I did it all the wrong ways, which I will explain in a little bit. And then in 2016, in January, someone came up to me. A lot of my friends, I know some of you know it, but a lot of my friends sell LuLaRoe clothes. And my best friend came up to me and she's like, do you want to sell LuLaRoe together? And I was like, okay. I was like, maybe. I was like, I don't know, I'll talk to my husband. And my husband is like, you are absolutely on crack. You are not selling another thing. Like, there's no way. He's like, why do you even want to do that? You're an attorney. Like, there's no reason for you to do it. I'm like, no, but I see my friends being successful with it. And he's like, Laura, he's like, you're on an elite team. He's like, I'm on Sharice's team. She hit elite. We just found out she hit elite. And I'm surprised even Matt knew this, but he's like, you're on an elite team. Obviously, Dave and Kristen are elite. He's like, just do what they're doing and you'll be successful in Beachbody. And I don't know why, but that was like the first time that it actually hit me that like I could, I should do exactly what you guys are doing and it will work. So I decided in January, I know it's cliche, but I decided for New Year's resolution, I was going to actually like try really hard with Beachbody. And I did. And I was fortunate because I actually got placed in AMP. That's when AMP started. And I did AMP the month of January. So it totally kicked my butt in exactly what I needed to do. And that's exactly what I needed at that point. So in AMP, they give you a to-do list. And I just want to tell you basically what I did in 2015 compared to what I was supposed to be doing every single day. So on the AMP list, it said it said every day you should post on Facebook 3 times a day. So I had a rule that I was only allowed to post on Facebook twice a month. And my husband was only allowed to post once a month. And I had to approve the photo before he posted, and my in-laws and my parents weren't allowed to post pictures. So that was my rule on Facebook. I got a little better in 2015, but I'd say I post probably 3 to 4 times a week, maybe in 2015. And then when I went to do an ad for Beachbody, I literally just posted like, Joe Schmo lost 25 pounds in 21-day fix. You can too. And that's what I posted. And that's exactly what you're not supposed to post. And these things come up on my time hop, and I'm like, I cannot believe I posted that a year ago. Like, they're so horrible. Like, or I would just post like the Shakeology, like these are the benefits of Shakeology, but not how it helped me. So I realized that I needed to post 3 times a day, which was a huge jump from going 3 times a week to 3 times a day. And I think one of the best tips I got in AMP was I had no idea what to post 3 times a day. But I remember in one of the trainings, they said, think of 8 of your attributes and what defines you, and write it down. And I wrote it down, and make your post about that and keep rotating through the 8 big things that define you. So for me, I'm a huge spaz. I am a hot mess, but those kind of go hand in hand. But I'm also an open heart surgery survivor. I've been fertility. I'm a mom. I'm an attorney. I love my dog. And so those things, I do Beachbody post once a day, and I include myself, not, Joe Schmo. And then the other 2, I rotate from that list, and different people like different things. You realize that people, so a lot of my friends on my Facebook page do not have kids, so they don't need to see like 1,800 pictures of my kids, but they do like to see pictures of my dog because they're all dog lovers and my dog's cute. So I realized that that's what I do, and I keep rotating. And I think that was one of the best tips I got in AMP, was just to figure out how to post 3 times a day. So I went from posting 3 times a week to 3 times a day in 2016, and I've seen such a huge difference. And what happened was I started doing that in January, and then in February I had my mom's 65th birthday party, and her friends and like my family and like my family friends came up to me and they're like, "We love following you on Facebook." Like, I try to be funny in every post, and I fail a lot of times, but sometimes I'm actually funny. And so I'm like, they're like, "You're funny and you're inspiring. Like, we go to your page." Like, they actually click in my name to make sure they don't miss any of my posts. And then I was like, okay, if that's what people think, then there's no reason for me not to post 3 times a day. So once you get that, I feel like you will feel like comfortable posting 3 times a day. And it's way out of my comfort zone. But now I actually like look forward to figuring out what 3 posts. And even some days I posted 4 things a day. So I definitely learned that I had to do that in AMP. And then the next big thing I'll talk about is they said 10 to 15 minutes of personal development. I read 0 books of personal development in 2015. Sharice told me like 100 times that I should read it, and she like suggested books to me. And then finally in January I said to her, "Listen, I feel like I have no time for personal development." She said, "What about audiobooks after you drop your kids off at school?" And I'm like, "Oh wow, that's genius." So I downloaded personal development books, and I think I didn't do it before because I said I didn't have time, but I also always had a good head on my shoulders, and like, embarrassing to say, I like thought I was like, I didn't need personal development, which is so crazy. But I cannot tell you how much personal development has helped me with coaching and with my attorney life. Like, I used to go to client meetings and I felt like I was a young attorney. They might not necessarily want to retain me, and that showed through. And then I'm reading these books and I'm like, I walk into the meetings, I'm like, oh yeah, you should retain me. So I feel like since I started in January, every single one of my potential clients has actually retained me. My dad just told me I work for my dad. And we noticed that every single one since I started personal development has retained me. And then also, even in personal life, I feel like I am a sensitive person, and I feel like it has definitely helped me care less about what people think, and just, focus more on your goals and don't worry about what everyone else is doing, and put your head down in the sand. And I've definitely seen a huge difference in my personal life, and that has helped so much. So I did 0 personal development in 2015. Since 2016 started, I've listened to 10 to 15 minutes a day of personal development. So then the next thing is inviting. So I invited 0 people to Beachbody in 2015. And then on the AMP to-do list, they tell you to invite 1 to 3 people. It changes every day. And I was like, okay, I have to invite. And I'll tell you the reason why I didn't invite. My best friend called me one time. She was upset because a Beachbody coach messaged her and said, "Would you want to join my challenge group?" And she thought that the Beachbody coach was calling her fat. So I'm a sensitive person, and I was like, oh, I could kind of see that. I would probably maybe think the same thing. So I was nervous to invite anyone. But then I realized that I will just say it what I feel comfortable with. So what I've been doing, which I think has gotten positive feedback, is I start with a compliment, and just to make sure that if anyone is uncomfortable, I just say like, "Oh, Jessica, you look amazing. And I'm sure you might not be interested, but I know you're into fitness, or I remember you were into fitness. I see you're into fitness, whatever it is. And I'd love for you to join our next challenge group." So then you start with a compliment. Everyone likes a compliment. I feel like after I do that invite, even if they say they have 0 interest, they'll go back to my post, and they'll start liking my post more because they appreciate the fact that I gave them a compliment. So I invited 0 people in 2015. 2016, I decided that I was going to invite, and I do exactly what the to-do list tells me to do every single day. And I have been inviting. It's definitely been helping me a lot. Also, success partner in 2015, I spoke to a couple of amazing women on my team, and I thought that we'd be success partners. And then we spoke once and we never spoke again. But then I got paired with Maureen in AMP, and we hit Diamond the same day. She's my soundboard of everything. And we always talk, and she listens to whatever I have to say, whatever crazy things. And it has been great. We check in every single day, and that has definitely helped a lot as well. So basically, of the 4 vital behaviors, recognition I don't even think was available in 2000, was one of them in 2015. So I can't say I screwed that up, but I wasn't a product of the products. I wasn't posting anything about myself on Facebook. I did not invite, and I didn't do personal development. So that was my 2015. And I started AMP with 6 or 7 coaches, and I wanted to get to Diamond, but I thought I had a long time to go, but because none of my coaches were Emerald at the time. And so I just worked hard. But I will say that I'll give 2 tips before ending, but I just want to say that I the only thing I did do in 2015 that I think is the reason why I hit Success Club is that whenever I would post, like the 21-day fix, like George Schmo lost 21 pounds with 21-day fix, you can too. Whoever messaged me about it, I wouldn't invite, but whoever messaged me about 21-day fix, I'd keep them in a list. And then I'd keep everyone who spoke to me about T25 in another list, and everyone who spoke to me about Refresh in another list, and every single program, I keep a list of them. And then as soon as that challenge pack went on sale, if they didn't buy it, I would reach out back to them and be like, I know we previously discussed 21-day fix. I just wanted to let you know it's an amazing sale. Everyone loves sales. I want you to know it's an amazing sale this month. It's on sale this month. And I feel like people appreciated that I followed up with them, and everyone likes a sale. So I feel like that's probably the good thing that I did in 2015, and I continue to do in 2016. And one of my other tips that I've been doing recently the last 5 months, which I think has helped me get to Success Club 10 the last 5 months, and now I'm at Success Club 8 as of today, is that any Beachbody post I do, anyone who likes or comments, I obviously can't reply back to the comments, but I also personally message them and just say, thank you so much for liking and or commenting on my post. Beachbody posts are way out of my comfort zone, and your support means the world to me. It's because of people like you that makes this all worth it. And I give a smiley face because I like smiley faces. And what it assures is that they will continue to like all of your posts, which is great. And even if they're not interested, a lot of them said to me like, oh, I already have a Beachbody Coach. My brother's a Beachbody Coach. I am a Beachbody Coach. But they're like, but I like seeing your posts. And then they continue to like it because they know that you appreciate it. And also a lot of times then they're like, oh yeah, I've been meaning to message you. I am interested in 21-day fix, or I am interested in country heat. And so it has brought in a lot of, I'd say the last 5 months, I probably sold 3 challenge packs that way, just by messaging every single person who likes it. And I also get creative because a lot of my coaches, I tell my coaches this, but a lot of them say that the same 5 or 6 people like your Beachbody post. But I say get creative. Like I put a post of like my son and I dancing for country heat, and we know nobody's liking my dancing, but my son is cute and he's dancing. And so they all, they like it because of my son, but I know that's why they're liking it. Or I took a picture of my dog and they're liking it because of that, but I still say thank you to them for Beachbody and still starts a conversation. And that's exactly what we want to do. So that has probably been my biggest tip. And then I just want to say that I started in January. I had 6 coaches. None of them were Emerald. I did AMP, and I did what I'm supposed to do every single day for the last 7 months and a week. And I now have, I think tomorrow we're going to hit 40 coaches under me. 5 of my coaches are Emerald. A couple of them are getting close to Diamond. And it's just, we're on an elite team. They tell you exactly what to do. And it seems so simple. But because I was hitting Success Club, I didn't think that I needed to do what I was supposed to do. But you do need to do what you're supposed to do. And just do that. And if you have any fears, talk to me. I've feared every single thing about coaching. And if you have any questions, let me know. But just keep doing what you're supposed to do.
Thank you so much. I loved it because of the nuggets. These are the guys. These are the nuggets. And I want to open up for questions for people. And think of your questions. You could type them in the chat. The nuggets I saw, she was stuck, and then personal development was a big flip of the switch. It was for me. It was for so many people. And I think Laura really drove it home. Another one that she just recently said, Laura mentioned she keeping track of all her customers, so she knew how to follow up with people on certain programs. Another amazing nugget. Guys, success leaves clues. I say this over and over and over again. This stuff is powerful. I was taking notes. She's hitting Success Club every month, which is key to the business, as little as 5 points. And also now she's sharing her journey and not just being Beachbody. Laura's not Beachbody, but Laura is very funny if you see her post. So she's sharing her post. People are going to her page, as she said, to see her post. So she's sharing her journey, sharing what she's doing. And last but not least, Laura, I love that you follow up with message on people that comment on your posts and people that like your post. That is huge. And Gary Vaynerchuk always says, are people willing to put in the work on in communicating, interacting with the people that are engaging on their page? Because that's going to pay dividends later. So I absolutely love those nuggets. So guys, I want to open up, Laura, thank you so much. I want to open up to any questions with anybody. There's 45 of you guys on here. Just unmute your line and go and ask any questions. Anybody? I know there's questions. Come on, guys. We have one of the diamonds on here, and I know what's going to happen. You're going to end up messaging her after.
Hi,
Go ahead. Who's that?
Anne-Marie.
Hey, Anne-Marie, go ahead.
Hi. Laura, you said you were going to tell us, you said something like, oh, I used to get Success Club a certain way, but I'll tell you in a minute what I'm talking about. I don't know.
The wrong way to get it?
Yeah. That's it. I want to hear the wrong.
The wrong way that I got it was I would put up an ad, and that didn't involve me. And I would just hope that people would sting on it and, talk to people, I guess, in real life more. But I did not do it how I was supposed to. And I think probably the biggest thing was just that I followed up. If anyone ever showed interest, I would always follow up with them. And I would, especially when the ones that they wanted were on sale, I would follow up with them. And I feel like that was probably how I hit Success Club every month. I mean, I think it must have been a lot of luck too. But I was just lucky that happened.
Okay, so it wasn't the wrong way. It just wasn't like the best way.
Not the best way.
You still, that's how you started, and you still ended up turning it into successful situations sometimes.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
And what I want to piggyback on that, and I think Laura kind of drove it home, guys, Gary Vaynerchuk, they say in this day and age, because of social media, that the person that could tell the best story will have the most successful business. Meaning the person that can share their journey the most will connect with the most people, and that's what's going to separate you from every other coach. Remember, we're all selling the same products, right? So the only difference that's going to separate somebody coming to you or somebody else is you. And let me tell you, if you saw my wife's live video today, that just seems to be blowing up with comments. When Kristen got very vulnerable today of a struggle she went through with thinking of her mom yesterday while doing Country Heat, and that's what people relate to. And she shared that, and that's the connective tissue. It's your story. And Laura kind of saying, running an ad and just buy the thing, the challenge group, isn't what changed her. Laura has her brand of, being a mom and working full time and being funny. And that's why people connect with her and they go to her page. So absolutely, absolutely love it. Question actually from my wife. So are you saying you would recommend AMP to all coaches who are looking to build the business and that it's awesome to do?
I would 100% recommend it. Anyone who gets the opportunity to do AMP. I don't think any training, I think Coach Basics is great too. It was last year, so Sharice, don't kill me, but I don't know how much I paid attention to Coach Basics. But if you are looking to build your business, there is nothing better than AMP. And they tell you exactly what you need to do. And the to-do list is like an hour long. Like, that's what I do. And it's just non-negotiable, and you are with people that are also building the business as well. And I still talk to a lot of the AMP graduates and love them all. And it was just a great, great month training.
For those of you who wonder what AMP is, guys, it's put together by the top coaches in Team Perseverance, basically Star Diamonds, and it's called AMP Advanced Mentorship Program. To be an AMP, we run it only like every couple of months. And to qualify, you must be at least an Emerald coach, and you must have hit Success Club the month prior to its starts. So we will be planning one in the near future. We haven't spoke about it yet, but basically you have to be an Emerald and you have to hit Success Club. There's no ifs, ands, buts about it. You are not getting in unless you have both those two criteria met. And also, you have obviously had to complete Coach Basics because that's like the foundation to get there. But that's what AMP is. Any more questions? I know there's some questions out there. Anybody? I'm just going to go down people who I see. I see Gina, Michelle, Bethany, Diane, Maureen, Bonnie, Sharice, Mary Rose, Marissa, Rosanna, Kristen, Shannon, Eleanor, Tyann, Rhonda. Somebody has a question. Jessica, Stephanie, Karen, Samsung. What about Samsung?
Question.
Go ahead.
All right. So since you've been an Emerald, you've gotten lead. Can you tell me if you reached out to them, and if so, how did you do that? And did you get anyone from the leads to be on your CG and eventually a coach?
From my Emerald leads?
Yeah. You get them. Yeah. So have you reached out to any?
I did not get the best response from Emerald leads. I actually have a few because I write an email as soon as I get the Emerald lead, and I just say my story, and then I tell them that if they want to connect on Facebook, here's my Facebook page. And a few of them actually have connected on Facebook, and then subsequently they have bought just because I've been on Facebook. I don't think necessarily because of anything else, but a bunch of them do not respond to me. And I know I should probably text them as well, and I've heard that before. So I've also heard a lot of things, as you heard, and I don't necessarily follow through with them, but I heard that you get more success with it if you actually text them. But I will say this about getting Emerald leads, and I think this is huge. I've had a lot of free Emerald leads who subsequently bought challenge packs, and that always helps me with Success Club. I think the last, for 3 months in a row, I had old Emerald leads just buy challenge packs, and that's a huge, when you get the 2 extra points, that's great for Success Club. So I thought they were going to take it away from me because when I wanted to meet Shaun T at Summit, I would work out with Shaun T at Summit. One of the reasons why I got that many Success Club points was because I think 2 old Emerald leads bought challenge packs. So I'm like, watch them switch coaches or do something. I tried to reach out to them again and nothing happened, but I do think it's definitely great, and I definitely try to reach out to them, but I would suggest texting with them as well if you don't hear from them. And I had to take my own advice with that.
Thank you, and congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Laura, your coach Charisse want to ask, what personal development books have made the biggest impact on you?
I loved Energy Bus. I just felt like that helped me personally a lot. I don't necessarily know, and I guess with Beachbody too, but I just felt like to me it really hit home to me. And now I am reading 10X. Kristen suggested that I read 10X. And this is totally every single thing they say, I feel like I relate to. And I actually made my husband start reading 10X as well, because I told him that'll help him a lot with respect to his attorney business, because I feel like it does. You just need to, make your goals that much bigger. And I feel like it definitely has helped me a lot.
Love it.
And I also, for personal development, a lot of times I also will watch some of the top coaches and listen to their stories. So definitely do that as well.
It's very true. Find other elite coaches, guys. They're in the back office and follow them. We have some on our team right now, and you see what, how they share stuff, and that's who you should follow. Reese, to answer your question, I see that Mama Jorge or George is answering you. For those of you that are wondering what Emerald leads are, if you become an Emerald coach and you hit Success Club 5, Beachbody gets, I think it's either 25 or 75,000 new customers a week, people that just go to the infomercial or just go to Team Beachbody and buy something without a coach. Those people get assigned to coaches, and the coaches that get those free leads are people that are Emerald coach and hit Success Club. So I have well over 1,000 customers assigned to me. It's nice, like when Laura said, they order a challenge pack out of the blue and you get 2 points. Or they want to become a coach and you can connect with them. So you definitely want to get your hands on that, So that's, again, they help you succeed and help you grow. Anybody else with questions? I'm trying to think if there's anything else for Laura. We got the personal books. Anybody else, guys? Anybody have any other questions? No. All right, guys, if there's no other questions, Laura, thank you so much. I loved hearing your story. Thank you for doing this. I know I kind of asked you last night. You stepped up and you jumped on it. You're like, I'm on it. I'm going to do my story right now. And it was absolutely awesome. And your team is here supporting you. And thank you so much. You're an amazing leader. I love seeing you on the cover photo some months when you've led. So thank you for that. Keep up the great work. You are inspiring, and we all love to follow your journey. And thank you so much. You rock.
Thank you so much.
No, you're welcome. So, guys, have a great week. Let's make this a great week. And you guys make a difference each and every day. Go out there and what you do best and inspire people, motivate people, and hold them accountable as their coach. So, guys, have a great night, and I'll talk to you guys next week. Bye.